I keep moving where it doesn't freeze. Hey guys, Rainbow Pagan back. Told you I would do this movie review. It's the last Egyptian one I think I'm gonna do because there really were not a lot of Egyptian ones. Actually, if you watch The Mummy, the new ones, they are good. But I've already seen them and I don't feel like watching them over again. So I'm only coming at least 2 videos, the newer videos. Anyhow, the mummies are rated in the 2000s. I don't think I'm going to do the mummies because I've always seen those. Well, anyhow, this is a movie about Anubis, and they break into his pyramid. Again, warning, do not watch if you have not seen the movie yet. There will be spoilers. I don't really like how they portrayed Anubis in this video. But again, Hollywood, out of this movie, they made $16.9 million, which I don't think that's that high for a movie project. The graphics were not really that great, but we are talking about 2014 here. It is rated R. Hollywood gave it a rating of 4.6 out of 10. I gave it a rating of 5 points. It's kind of in the middle. The reason why I give that a 5 point is because of, again, Bastet. I haven't noticed in Egyptian movies, if anyone can tell me this, I've watched documentaries, I've watched other people's videos, but for some reason, Bastet does not show up in any of these movies or stuff. So I want to know why, because Bastet was Anubis's level. And also the protector of Ra, which doesn't make sense. Well, anyhow, if you break into... This is kind of realistic, because if you break into a god's tomb... I mean, look at King Tut. I mean, he wasn't a god, but it was movie-trapped, of course. And also, all the people that were forced in that expedition that opened up that tomb died mysteriously deaths before a year was out. So, if you go into a pyramid, that is the burial site of the dead. You should never disturb the dead. And the Egyptians did put seals on those pyramids and crosses. But anyhow, this movie, The Pyramid, is about Anubis. He is put in there as entrapment because he's called the values of hearts. My speech impediment sometimes doesn't let me say certain words. R's and W's really suck for me. But anyhow, he again was portrayed as this evil god, like this devourer of like hearts and stuff. Now, if we go back to Egyptian history, we can see that Anubis weighed the hearts for Bastet on the scale, and if your heart was equal to her feather, you would go on to the afterlife to, a better place, or me personally be reincarnated. But if your heart was heavier than the feather, then you would be thrown into the pit where Set is and his animal. But related to this movie is that if your heart is not pure, Anubis would devour it. And he was called Devourer of Hearts for this point. And for the movie, before they went in, there was this gas release which killed the first person that opened the tomb. And they said, oh, it's toxic gas. And it was movie trapped like that. So they send a droid in. And the droid gets attacked by these creatures. They don't know what it is. And the droid is destroyed. So they go in to retrieve it because it costs a lot of money. And it was from NASA. So then they start going in and exploring the tube. They have a thing leaked to them to keep track where they're at. And as you know, with tombs, or may not know, they are labyrinths. They are a maze. Well, anyhow, they lose the connection. Something broke it that they couldn't find their way out. And through the pyramids, they keep going in through these traps. And eventually, it starts killing them off one by one. Because they start separating from each other. Now, basically the creatures that are there to protect Anubis's tomb are sphinxes, which I don't understand because Bastet is Anubis's level. I don't know if I already said that or not. But those sphinxes are there to keep Anubis in the tomb. She read off the wall and said, Anubis, devourer of hearts. He devoured so many hearts that he was in prison. He was trying to get to his father Osiris. Which Anubis to me on the Gods of Egypt, if you watch that, they did a very good job explaining how Anubis really is. Carries his soul to the afterlife. He's not evil. He, pursues it. He's also the protector of the underworld, not the god. Not the god of the underworld, but he's the protector of the underworld and god of mummies and stuff like that. But of course, if you piss him off, or any god, they're going to take the animal form, at least an Egyptian, and basically kick your ass and get way mad. If you see God of Egypt, they really do a good job on that. The graphics for Anubis I didn't really like, but this was back in 2014. What else do I have to say about this movie? The really cool part I got to see was when her dad was judged by Anubis. He whipped his heart out. It was still beaten, and then he weighed it to find the divided heart, and his heart was not equal with the fetal, so he ate it, and then the father died. Which is kind of cool how he was still alive after his heart was taken out. We know that the hearts of the divine are, they leave them in the mummies, they left them in the tombs, they left them in the gods. The gods really never die, but this movie shows they don't. But basically that's what they do. At the end, people are dying off from that toxic stuff anyhow. The faces started to decay and stuff like that. And at the end, when she finally found her way out, there was only one survival. She woke up and there was this little kid that took the camera, and he just killed them both and basically dragged her back down. So the camera wouldn't show footage of that tomb or of Anubis. So that was the end. The ending was okay, but it probably wasn't the greatest ending, I would say. So basically that's it for me talking about it. If you like the movie, give me a comment. I think it was a really good movie. Anyhow, it was 5 out of 10. So if I missed anything, let me know. Let me know how you think of it. If you're pagan and follow the Egyptians, let me know why Bastet is never in the Egyptian pantheons I've been watching. I'm sure she is, but alright. Anyhow, talk to you later.